What if I told you that as of today, thick, chubby, and husky is the new desired body type? Or what if I told you that cellulite and stretch marks are the new scars of beauty? Or bald or thinning hair is huge demand? Or how about acne becoming the new sexiest facial feature? To most of you, this is completely outrageous and unfathomable, right? Just one big giant lie. But what if I told you that everything you've seen in commercial ads or magazines or runway shows is just one big lie, one big fabrication? Today I present my PowerPoint of why media should be monitored and how it has a negative effect on the body image of women. And if you don't believe me, take a look at this picture. This is from the Dove campaign for Real Beauty. And this woman who's a model, she got all made up and they put this makeup and did her hair, and then they used computer technology to completely modify her features, bending the neck, lifting her brows, making her eyes bigger. This is all the lies that we've been believing our entire life. Our definition of sexiness, of beauty, of perfection is all just one big fabrication brought on by the portrayal of unrealistic ideals and unachievable perfection. So today I will present to you my argument by focusing on women. And I will uncover to you the lies that we've been desensitized to. And I hope to encourage you to take back control of your body and your self-worth in hopes that you become more aware of how media is manipulating your perception of reality. Now, I know that men have body image issues, but today I primarily want to focus on the body image of women because according to media awareness networks, researchers report that women magazines have 10.5 times more ads and articles promoting weight loss than men's magazines do. And over 3/4 of the covers of women's magazines include at least one message about how to change a woman's bodily appearance by diet, exercise, or cosmetic surgery. And actually this article right here says 10 things every woman needs to get rid of right now. Free yourself in '08. And this is the pressure that many women succumb to with these magazines about how to please a man and get your right weight. And it says that we can free ourselves by looking like this, but are we actually free? And then we begin in the Victorian eras, where women's body image were usually plump, fleshy, and full figure. And they did so by using corsets, which accentuated the bust, the butt, and primarily the hips, which suggested to men that this woman could bear children. Now this ad says that these women were healthy, and healthy women wear corsets, and you just look ideal and perfect. But these corsets were not actually healthy. In fact, they put pressures on the organs, which caused breathing and digestion problems. Yet, media advertisements suggest otherwise. So taking a step towards acquiring beauty was also a step towards health problems, which is, in fact, a huge contradiction. And then we go to the 1950s, where Marilyn Monroe was a huge icon, and in fact, she was a size 16. And in the 1950s, the body ideal was very curvaceous, accentuating the hips and everything. And they made popular the body type that Victorian women tried to restrain with their corsets. And then we flash forward to the 21st century, where size 16 is now in the plus size department, and today's ideal body type is very slim, lean, toned, usually big breasts, a small bikini butt, very thin waist and hips, a very small woman. And in fact, according to the Pure Public site, the average North American woman is 5'4" and 140 pounds. And they also said that in the 1970s, models weighed 8% less than the average woman. But by the 1990s, models weighed 23% less. So imagine 20 years from now, when most of us will have children, what will be the ideal body type that they will try to emulate? A skeleton? Which enables us to ask the question, when will it become too much? The level of importance brought on by women causes many effects. One is psychological, and according to BBC News reporter Laura Cummings, the research indicates that exposure to images of thin, young, airbrushed females is linked to depression, loss of self-esteem, and the development of unhealthy eating habits in women and girls. And a lot of these psychological issues revolve around thin never being enough, and that there's always something to alter. In fact, some of these effects lead to body dysmorphic disorder, where the woman looks a certain way, but when she sees herself in the mirror, she thinks that she's bigger than she actually is, or she just appears differently than what she wants. And a lot of the time, psychologically, some of us don't have this disorder, but deep down inside of our subconscious desires is to be a little thinner, to be a little healthier, I want to be toned, I want to look a little slimmer. And the fact that it's residing in our subconscious is damage enough. And then there are the physical effects. And according to the American research for anorexia nervosa and related eating disorders, 1 out of 4 college-age women uses unhealthy methods of weight control, including fasting, skipping meals, excessive exercise, laxative abuse, and self-induced vomiting. And of course, we mentioned bulimia and anorexia, which are just few of the facts. So these are the effects that some of the media, the extreme effects that the media can have on us. But there are some people doing something about it. For example, the Madrid fashion show, and Madrid is a huge fashion capital. They are taking a stand by banning overly thin women by using the body mass index for models to promote a more healthier and realistic body image. And my question to you is that if the fashion industry and advertising companies, if they can recognize the correlation between media advertisements and women's body image, why can't we recognize it? If the consumers of these subconscious desires to be thinner are saying, hey, I think we're doing something wrong here, why can't we take a stand and realize that too, and control what we watch and what we buy and what we demand? And lastly, this is my argument, a review of my arguments as to why media ads should be monitored and why you should take back control and promote a healthy body image. The next ideal for the generations will get thinner and thinner, and then what? And also, these people are basically trying to make money by pinning on your subconscious desires. They're saying, hey, if you want a man, if you want to feel beautiful, if you want success, then it's best that you look like this because it may come a little easier. And they also promote this unrealistic ideal, again going back to the psychological and physical effects, that they create this never-ending struggle for perfection that so many women die to try to achieve, but it's unrealistic, therefore it's unachievable. And they also create this parasitic relationship where the company benefits from promoting these things, but we ourselves, we don't benefit at all. We beat ourselves up and we look at ourselves and go, I'm not good enough. But they're getting all the money because we're buying their magazines and we're going to their gyms and we're going to the plastic surgeons. And also we will be able to encourage a healthy and realistic body image. And also the fashion industries are recognizing what they're doing, so shouldn't we take a stand? And lastly, not only are women seeing these ads, but children are as well, creating this cycle of insecure women and also men. So that's my presentation as to why we should monitor media ads, and I hope that you guys just really are aware of how media is constructing your reality of what you think is beautiful and what you think is sexy. And beauty is really in the eye of the beholder. So I like to conclude by saying you should take a stand and stop believing the lies and start believing truth.